Dylan, where can they find this fine podcast?
They can find us everywhere. We
Hello?
are on Spotify, Apple, Google. Hello?
Hello?
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm waiting for you to
Can
tell
you hear me?
listeners. Of course I can hear you.
I'm literally going through the list and you're going hello over me.
No, I said,
hear me?
I said, where can they find this fine podcast? And there was this like dead space.
She was saying it.
I was saying it.
I didn't hear it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, uh-oh.
Dude, just sit there.
All right.
Sit there.
Did you ever see that movie? Did you ever see that movie? Did you ever see that movie?
Live from the D&D studios in downtown Boston, it's showtime. Welcome to Hey, Did You Ever See That Movie? I'm your host, Des, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely little co-host, Dylan.
They got a pill for what's wrong with you?
No chance. And joining us again, the podcaster with a degree in terror, Tony.
Hey, how's it going?
Tonight, we will be discussing the 1999 horror sci-fi movie, Deep Blue Sea, written by Duncan Kennedy, Donna Powers, and Wayne Powers, directed by the great Renny Harlin, starring Thomas Jane, Saffron Burrows, and Samuel L. fucking Jackson. Man, I have not been butchering names lately, and it's kind of fucking with the flow of the show, I think.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have a chance.
As always, this podcast will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it, then come back and listen to the podcast. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment if you're listening on YouTube. And if you're listening on Apple, please leave us a 5-star review and a comment. Definitely helps. Next week, we will be discussing Seven with Mikki and Tony 2.0.
It's kind of stepping on my toes with that movie.
We actually said that this morning. We're like, this feels like more of a Tony movie. Dylan, where can they find this fine podcast?
You can find us on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. We're everywhere. Google, Amazon. You like listening to podcasts, you can find us there. We're also on Facebook at Hey, Did You Ever See That Movie? We're at Instagram at Hey, Did You See That Movie? You can buy t-shirts from us on Printify under vvr.printify.me. Come and buy a t-shirt or a mug. And you can pretty much find us anywhere you're looking.
Yes, please head over to the merch store, Printify.me. That's VVR, PRINTIFY.me, all in lowercase. Get over there, buy yourself a Hey, Did You Ever See That mug or a Hey, Did You Ever See That t-shirt. We got a cool new design, and we are working on another horror design for Tony's Tales of Terror. So get over there and check that out. It helps us pay for this fine podcast. And of course, we still have Patreon, which you've all been so generous for. So thank you all for that. Okay, let's see. Let's do some opening thoughts on this one. So this is a popcorn movie that I have seen several times. The question is, will it stand up to a review? Let's find out. Tony, how familiar were you with Deep Blue Sea before preparing for this podcast?
I've seen it a few times, and I remember liking it a lot when I saw it. I was like, all right, it's not Jaws. A few things can be Jaws. As far as the shark movies go, it definitely held its own as far as the sharks themselves. They were actually pretty terrifying, which is rare to get in shark movies. Usually there's just this thing that flashes by, but these had personality. These had some good stuff to it. But no, saw it when it first came out, bought it on DVD. Funny, I couldn't find my Blu-ray though, so I actually had to rent it. So
Oh no!
Pissed me off right off the bat. So here we are.
Fucking 2 points off.
Let's
just
see
for
how
that.
see how it holds up now.
Dylan, had you ever seen the movie before preparing for the podcast?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely had. And like you said, popcorn movie, a lot of fun. Renny Harlin does this kind of action movie really well. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, what a...
Again, like you said, does it stand up to us picking it apart? Maybe not. We'll find out.
What a cast too, huh? Like really just a lot of good actors in this. I was actually surprised at some of the faces I saw in this movie.
It's all about Rappaport. Rappaport's awesome. And he brings so much awesomeness to every little role he has. Completely underrated actor.
I completely agree,
Agreed.
and it's going to come up in my notes for sure. I mean, him in Cop Town, he's so good. Just, I love this kid.
Oh, so good.
With a box office budget of $60 million and a box office gross of $164 million, this was considered a huge success for the studio. All right, guys, you want to do a Fast Five, which only shows up on this version of Hey, Did You Ever See That Movie? I've got a fun one for you all today. This one is called Your Fish Food. Would you rather? Your fish food. Would you rather? So, number one, would you rather have your legs bitten off by a great white shark, after which you bleed out in the ocean alone over a 15-minute period before ultimately being bitten in half and eaten alive? Or would you rather be eaten alive by a school of piranha in 5 minutes flat? Tony.
I gotta go piranha, man, because that just waiting and feeling the warmth go and then the cold come and then just the fading. That sounds terrifying. I'd rather just get the paper cuts. I'm done. That's it.
Dude, they strip you to the bone, man. Those are little tiny teeth. That would hurt.
Yeah, but it's 5 minutes, it's over, as opposed to just waiting and waiting.
Yeah, I have to agree that 15 minutes of bleeding out in the open ocean, being completely terrified, wondering if maybe you can make it, and then you don't.
Yeah.
I'd much rather
The
just
correct
go.
answer is the piranha. I'd rather be eaten by little sunfish-sized fish than a fucking great white shark. Okay, number two. Would you rather be accidentally swallowed whole by a blue whale and slowly digested over a 2-day period, or be dragged down 200 fathoms by a whale and released only to have the oxygen in your blood expand in your veins on the way up, turning your lungs into burning mush while your left eyeball explodes from the pressure just before being pulled up on the deck of a gypsy trawler that picked you up only to be thrown back into the water, thought to be dead, and then regaining consciousness just before being slowly torn to pieces by a baby bull shark? Tony, which one would you rather?
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you. Put a lot of thought into
Someone's
that.
been really working on his writing. That's great. I'll go with the whale.
Dylan, which would you rather?
I don't like either of these choices.
Well, it's not about being fun.
Well, I suppose the 2 days is a lot longer than the other one where you get pulled down. So I'll say the pull down.
The correct answer is I'd rather be eaten by a blue whale because it would give me time to punch the munchkin one last time. Okay. Number three. Would you rather be killed by a school of jellyfish stinging you till your flesh falls off the bone, or take a giant squid spike in the rectum and be dragged down to the fathoms like a human sushi with a perforated rectum only to be eaten alive by the undocumented man-eating squid? Tony, which one would you rather?
What's a squid spike?
The giant undocumented man-eating squid, which doesn't exist, has a giant spike.
All right, I'll keep it away from my rectum and go with option A, sir.
Lynn, where are you going?
I'd also go with the jellyfish. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
I'm going to take the jellyfish all day long. Correct answer, jellyfish. Number four, would you rather have your eyes eaten by a moray eel and survive? Or would you rather have both legs bitten off at the knees by a bull shark and survive? Tony.
Oh, the bull shark. I'm tired of dealing with knee pain, so I'll just take the option of going forward. So, fuck those stairs. Give me an elevator. I'll get all the best parking spaces after that, so I'm good.
Shit, Lynn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the bull shark because then I could be like Gazelle from that movie with Samuel L. Jackson where she had like the blade legs. Yeah,
I'm also going with the legs because without the eyes you can't watch movies. You can't do Hey, did you ever see that movie? So it'd be the end of the show.
Exactly.
And finally, the last one, number five. Would you rather have both feet eaten off by an orca and survive, or have both hands bitten off by a tiger shark and survive? Tony, hands or feet?
Feet.
Dylan.
Feet.
And
Feet.
once again, you cannot punch a munchkin without hands. So the feet it is. There you go, everybody. So, Tony is showing us how he would whack it with his stumps. Okay, so there you go.
Oh, God.
There's your Fast Five, everybody. Time to go into a nice synopsis. Searching for a cure for Alzheimer's disease, a group of scientists on an isolated research facility become the prey as a trio of intelligent velociraptors? No, these are sharks. Fight back. All right. If nobody has any objections, let's get this party started.
Out in the middle of the ocean, a shark terrorizes two young couples on a boat before shark wrangler Carter Blake stops the sharks with darts and cables. Dr. Susan McAllister arrives at the headquarters of the company that has been paying for her research to answer for the attack. They send Russell Franklin back to Aquatica with her, giving her 48 hours to show her research actually has a payoff. Aquatica is a remote underwater facility doing research on mako sharks to help in the reactivation of dormant human brain cells like those found in Alzheimer's disease patients. The facility has 3 test sharks, 2 first-gen and 1 second-gen female. The facility engineer, Tom Scoggins, is adamant that he closed the pens as per protocol and hence the shark escaped some other way. Carter warns Susan that the test sharks have started to hunt in packs, a behavior that is unexpected for sharks. Susan warns Carter not to say anything to Russell, else she will fire him, and with Carter's criminal background, he will never get any more jobs. So we get a cool little nod to Jaws here. The license plate that he pulls out of the shark's mouth is the same license plate Hooper pulled out of the shark. I also like that they went with a mako instead of going Great White again. It's like, yeah, we don't need to do another Great White movie. Like we've got it. Lastly, the idea of trying to fix the Alzheimer's disease, cure with a shark brain. They think like, oh, shark fin soup, it makes you better. Like there's all sorts of medicines that have used shark parts over the years. So this is actually kind of rooted in a little bit of reality, which I thought was kind of an interesting way to go.
Yeah, I've got that in my notes. This is science fiction, but they do give us a little science, which is fun in spots. So right off the bat, we see the golden rule of horror is in full effect here. Monsters hate slutty young adults having fun. It's just the way it is. If you're in a group of young teenagers or adults, you're drunk, you're having fun, you're about to get laid, time to die. Simple as that. Next, this is just just don't get on a catamaran, okay? They're fucking death traps. Catamaran, all bad. These are not good boats. I just watched a show the other day about I Survived. A woman goes out on a catamaran with a couple, and she's the only one that makes it back. They're all eaten by sharks. Just stay off catamarans. Let's talk about the opening scene. We get some nice shots from underneath the boat. My favorite one is obviously the wine spilling into the water. I thought it was a nice little play on blood. I thought it looked good. But when the shark breaks through the middle of the boat and these fucking idiots start like basically headbutting each other and jumping into the water, I fucking rolled my eyes. I was like, fuck you. Like they literally start like clonking their heads together, just jumping in the water. It was fucking retarded. But on the plus side,
I completely agree.
But on the plus side, I thought the sharks looked great, especially the teeth. These janky teeth, some are sticking out, some are sticking in. They're fucking huge. It looked great. I loved the way Carter shows up and he basically lassos these sharks at the last minute. It was a fun concept. They're very unrealistic, but a fun concept. But here, I won't lie. I think he missed an opportunity here. I think the shark killing all of these kids would have been a much stronger start to this movie that unfortunately lacks traditional open water shark attacks.
100%. I feel that it started as a stalker. It started as a slasher movie.
Yes.
Nothing's going to get them on the boat. So how do we get them off the boat? Shark comes through the bottom. And again, all genetically altered sharks, so he can do that. Most sharks aren't going to do that. So it started really just for me. Seeing the shark is always good. I completely agree. A mako shark is just terrifying to look at, as opposed to Great White is very torpedo-like. This just looks terrifying with the
killing machine
and his pointed nose. Yeah, just crazy. And I do agree. I feel at least one person should have got ripped apart, would show how vicious these things are right off the bat, as opposed to, all right, they're just aggressive. I didn't like the introduction of Tom Jane. I sat there and I had actually paused the movie going like, do I want to write something down because it aggravated me so much. Like, he's in this big boat that's not going to stop on a fucking dime. It's not going to be silent. No one heard it coming. It's like, and it stopped. So it was obviously, he got there, he pulled up, he stopped the boat, he grabbed the harpoon gun, put himself in position, and shot.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, he's just
Tony,
there.
it's like an old Western, though. He rolls up on his horse. Ah! The horse goes up on the two hind legs and he lassos the shark. I mean...
And again, it just shows you where the movie's going to go. You can't take anything as realistic. Can't take anything. You literally, it sets the expectation. This is just going to be crap.
Yeah.
You have to expect it. Popcorn movie is a nice way of just saying this is going to be crap.
Yeah.
There's very few popcorn movies. I'm like, oh my God, there was stunning photography. It was stunning. No, it's crap, but I enjoy it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. It's junk food. It's junk food.
But again, junk food sometimes tastes good. Sometimes junk food tastes like shit.
True.
This is already too greasy for me. Right?
I didn't remember this opening of the movie. I've seen the movie enough, but not in a long time. And I just didn't remember this opening scene. And I was sure the sharks were going to tear these people apart. We were going to get that really traditional Jaws, Meg, this traditional shark movie opening scene. And we just didn't get it.
Same. I said the same thing. I'm like, what is, I don't remember. I remember them starting on the platform of them just walking around and Samuel L. Jackson shows up. It's like, this whole intro, and even the fact that we had Dick Jones sitting in a desk, he doesn't speak one word.
That's common.
It's like standing and Samuel Jackson just standing behind him. I'm like, what? How did this come about?
Yeah, so I think part of the reason why we don't remember the beginning is this is one of those movies that, like, when it's on TBS and you're flipping, you just leave it on.
Yeah.
So you probably have missed the first 20 minutes, if not more, right?
Good call.
That's a great point. I was just going to say, how many times have I actually put this movie on and push play at the beginning? Probably once, maybe, if that.
Twice.
All right. So next in The Office, Tony, like we were saying, I had forgotten that Ronnie Cox was in this movie. When I was like,
Seriously?
I had to stop. I was like, is that fucking Ronnie Cox? It is Ronnie Cox. It's Franklin's boss.
The fact you know his name, it's just Dick Jones. You're always going to, he will forever be Dick Jones.
And he's playing a character that could have been Dick Jones. They could have written him as Dick Jones. And oh my God, would it have elevated this movie? All I could think was
missed opportunity.
Yeah, I wish he had a bigger role in the movie. But tragically, he doesn't deliver a single fucking line in this opening scene. What a mistake. And Tony, this looked like a cardboard cutout of Samuel L. Jackson. He's not giving me anything. I couldn't even believe what a missed opportunity this opening scene was. This could have been great. Next, we get the first look at the facility from the plane. And I love the scene for a couple of reasons. One, it's so Jurassic Park. But two, Dr. McAllister, she's flying the plane. And I think this detail helps really build out her character as a strong woman. She's a leader. She's more than just a scientist. I thought that was really great. And we also get this little bit of exposition between them where Franklin reveals that he was involved in a tragedy in the Alps where he saved a bunch of people's lives. And this helps build that character out as more than just a businessman in a suit. I thought this was good character building.
I agree. I mean, it was actually, I made a point of noting that she was flying the plane, which is a rarity for a doctor.
Yeah.
You figure she's just going to be the brains behind it, as opposed to someone who gets her hands dirty. I actually, again, not that I take notes, but again, mentally noted the fact that they really pushed that whole accident in the Alps and the avalanche. Yeah. I wonder if that'll come back later in somewhere. It's like, the setup is a sledgehammer of plot that is so overused at this point. I'm just like, all right, where are we going to see it come into play?
Tony, it's funny because basically all this was Samuel L. was like, I'm going to do it, but I want my speech. I want my 5 minutes on the screen where it's just me doing Samuel L. Jackson. I'm like, all right, well, we'll do this avalanche slug plot thing and you can just tell them all about, what happened.
And it's the scene of the movie.
It's the best scene of the movie.
But we'll get to it.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, fucking nicely played, fucking Renny, or whatever the fuck this fucking guy's name is.
Renny.
I was trying to church it up. A little bit. So next we get this feeding scene with the great whites, right? This shark on shark kill, this is what we were talking about in the beginning of the movie. This shows us how smart and dangerous these hybrid sharks are compared to a normal shark. And I like that because the tiger shark they throw in, I mean, this thing looks menacing. It's a 12-footer. It has no chance. And of course, how could this not remind me of the velociraptors in Jurassic Park? You know, one draws them out, the two come in from each side. I mean, it's lifted from the movie. And a lot of this feels like Jurassic Park to me.
Very much. I would definitely say that, you know, you're 100% right. You know, they, even to the point, like, you know, they're starting to hunt in packs. And I think when we see the interaction between Thomas Jane and the Doctor, this is my biggest argument with the movie, is that there's only one, in my opinion, there's only like one likable character in this entire movie, and it's Rappaport.
Yes.
He's the only real one. Like, everyone else is just, you know, Jane is a cardboard. Everyone is cardboard.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's they're mailing their stuff in. The Doctor's an unlikable character. Thomas Jane's an unlikable character because he's just a mercenary.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, you get the two doctors, which are kind of in love, but kind of not, and you don't get to know them long enough to really give a shit. You know, but then you got Michael Rappaport, who's like, he actually has depth. It's like, I did what I was supposed to do, and no, I don't believe you. Who are you going to trust? I'm trustworthy. It's like, all right, and he's the everyman, which you want to see make it.
Yep.
Even like, you know, LL Cool J doesn't work for me.
No.
He was too quippy, and someone in that situation is not going to have the one-liners. He's not going to give a shit about his parody. He's going to search for.
Well, it's funny, Tony, is that we're going to get to this later in the movie. I really think that they showed restraint with LL Cool J. In the beginning of the movie, which he's only in for a couple of minutes, he gets a little quippy. It gets a little butters from fucking like Lethal Weapon 3, you know? Like, it's kind of going that route. I'm going, oh, no, don't do this. Like, I would have rather seen Steven Seagal in that kitchen, but whatever. Fucking, I'm going, no, don't do this. And then we don't really see him. But honestly, when he comes back in later in the movie, he's very stoic, and he kind of shies away from the character he's playing in the beginning of the movie. So it could have gone worse. It could have gone worse with LL.
I don't know. Him getting trapped in the oven, and then him,
you
know,
we'll get to it.
Grabbing a pan, and just
We'll get to it. We'll
terrible.
get to it. I agree.
Right.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying, as far as LL Cool J goes, he did the best with what he was working with.
You know what it is I actually like him better in Halloween 4, which he played pretty much the same character.
I didn't know.
Which is the side character who's the black guy who maybe will make it through. He's not really a main character, but he has enough of an influence there to affect the main characters and how they interact with the danger. Yeah. So the fact that he was better written and better acted, I feel, in Halloween 4, this was just subpar for him.
Yeah, I mean, if we put a vote around the table, I would say take out all the LL Cool J stuff myself.
Yeah.
I just think it started shifting the movie a little more towards a dramedy that I didn't really want to see.
Exactly.
And finally, once on the facility, we get some great scenes. And this is where Samuel L. Jackson starts to come to life a little bit. Like after the office scene with Ronnie Cox, I was like, oh my God, he's really going to mail this one. And he doesn't give a fuck. But Renny starts working with him a little bit. So they get off the plane and the gate closes behind Franklin. And we get this ominous music and we get this shot of fucking Samuel L. looking back at the gate. And it's basically foreshadowing he's not going to get off this. This is it. He's locked in. He's going to die here. And I was really getting that 1308 feel or 1408 feel from Samuel L., like trying to give off the creepy vibes. I thought it was really good. And just like in The Shining, we see most of the staff leaving. They're all laughing. They're having fun. They're getting on the boat. And this gives you that false sense of safety, just like when the staff is leaving the Overlook, only here it's Aquatica. You know, oh, this is safe. Look, these guys are all having fun. They live here during the week. There's no problem. But the Aquatica serves as a character because once everybody's gone, it's big, it's quiet, it's scary. It's a nice touch.
Well, it's the same as Jurassic Park. Everybody leaves because of the storm. You know, catch the last boat out. We're going to run with the skeleton crew, and Samuel L. Jackson's there on the computer. Yep. You know,
yeah,
so
yes,
it's the same exact things.
Yes,
and it's just again, it's too familiar, not original enough, and nothing here stood out. And again, it's so funny. The things you're noting are the same things that I noted. Is the fact he turns around and because they made a point of saying he's looking at, you know, I'm going to look at this lock and it's going to seem dreadful. The entire area of this thing is fucking open. So that one door, I'm scaling the fence and I'm over. It doesn't matter. It isn't a prison. It's like I just didn't buy they never gave you a good enough layout to see like, all right, that one door is locked, but what about the rest of the fence that is not electrified? It's not barbed wired. There's no razor wire. It's just a fence. It's an 8-foot fence that the sharks, quote, can't jump over.
Oh, we're going to get to that at the end. Fuck you. Um, so next we see Carter retrieve a license plate from a 12-foot shark's mouth in spectacular fashion, right? So I love this scene for two reasons. First, Carter has no problem outthinking and maneuvering this organic wild shark. He does it no problem, which sets up the next scene of Franklin being shown the test sharks that are moving super fast. You see the swirl in the ocean. It's, and you're like, wow, that thing's moving quick. Like, could Carter keep up with that? Probably not, even though he does. Fuck you again. And it's implied from the underwater shot that they are hyper intelligent. We're seeing it with this like kind of light, like they're almost listening to them talk. And finally, we get Carter's origin story from some quick exposition. In my opinion, I thought the beginning of this movie visually exciting. I thought it was good. I was discussing with Dylan a little bit. For me, this movie devolves. It gets worse as it goes on. I didn't think any part of it was like spectacular, but it definitely got a little worse as it went on for me. It devolved.
I think, we talked about what the best scene of the movie is, and I feel that it peaks there. And I had such high hopes. I'm like, holy shit, if this is what we're in for, the rest of this movie is going to be like a roller coaster. I can't wait. And it never matched that intensity again.
It didn't.
The introduction, all right, we see that, there's people on the surface. We got the soprano sister up in the tower. She's playing the fun, happy music. Oh, we're going to have a birthday party. Everybody's loving life with the skeleton crew of 6 people. Yep. Great birthday party, whatever. It's just nothing felt thought out. I mean, as far as Deland, like you said, it was based in science, which I actually appreciated. But after we get by that, everything was just thrown at you. And there was no, even though they gave us reasons, none of it mattered. It's like if we go up this way, we can deflood this one, and this pack will be open. It's like I don't know, sure, I'll take it at face value because there's no like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care about them, and
Right.
I'm going to keep saying that because I don't know what else to say, except none of these characters grabbed me enough to make me go, I really want that person to make it.
Except Michael Rappaport.
Except Michael Rappaport, which
saved it.
We'll get to.
Carter captures one of the sharks and brings it into the lab, asserting that it's unusual that it recognized his weapon and could swim backwards. Despite that, the experiment continues, and Susan takes cells out of the shark's brain. Susan and Jim prove that their research is working, but in their moment of triumph, the shark awakens and takes off Jim's arm. Susan releases the shark before Carter can kill it. Brenda, the tower's operator, calls a helicopter to evacuate Jim, but as he is being lifted, the cable jams and it causes Jim to fall into the open, sharp pen. The largest shark grabs the stretcher and pulls the helicopter into the tower, killing Brenda and the pilots, as well as causing massive explosions that severely damage the facility. In the laboratory, Susan, Russell, Carter, marine biologist Janice, and engineer Tom Scoggins witness the shark smash the stretcher against the laboratory's main window, which then shatters, drowning Jim and flooding the facility. Barely escaping the wet lab, everyone is demanding answers, and Susan admits that she and Jim had grown the shark's brains in order to get more of the protein they needed for the Alzheimer's cure, violating the Harvard Genetics Compact. The side effect made them bigger, smarter, and more deadly. The rubber hits the road really quickly with this movie, and I do appreciate that. Renny Harlin kind of does that. He's an action guy. He did The Long Kiss Goodnight, which I think would be a good movie for us to do at some point. But anyway, he decided he's not going to hide the sharks, and I appreciate that. You see them in full. You see a lot of them. There's a lot of work done to make them super believable, and honestly, I think it worked. Some of the sharks are real, sharks done in shots, and some are CGI, but a lot of them are an animatronic shark, including that one in the lab. And it was so real that Stellan Skarsgård, who plays Jim, thought it was a real shark. He didn't realize that it was fake. So that's pretty impressive. Somebody right there in that room thought it was real.
And the fact that like the science we get in this movie is done on floppy disk. When she inserted the floppy disk and started tapping things, I'm like, but yet the CG in this movie is like damn good for like what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of but yeah, when I read that, because I didn't know that either. I didn't know that like they had 2 full-scale robots that could swim, open them out, like gills moved.
It's crazy.
Like that blew me away. That was really impressive.
That is crazy. But Tony, it's funny. As good as the sharks look, and a lot of this looks, there are a couple of scenes we're going to get to where it's like, rah-roh. You know.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say perfect. I said they look good.
So I have to go back to this. Just like in The Shining and Jurassic Park, we're on an island, storm's closing in. Our remaining guests, are trapped. We're raising the stakes. Like you said, it's very familiar. Let's talk about Carter capturing the shark. So I like this scene because Renny Harlin really takes the time here to make these sharks intelligent characters in the movie. I mean, that's important. If you're going to have a movie that's not about open water shark kills, then you better make these sharks characters, part of the movie, we get
they're
this.
taking out the cameras and stuff.
Yeah. So we get the synchronized attack. We get them backing up, swimming backwards, things that most sharks don't do. They recognize the gun as a tranquilizer. I really, really like that. I thought that was a really great little detail to put in there. And most importantly, like you said, Dylan, they take out the surveillance cameras. I mean, this is great. They're hunting them now. It's official. But at the end of the day, Carter's smarter and he outwits the sharks. Bullshit again. My only nitpick question here is, where were the other sharks? Like, what happened to their new synchronized attack? Like, suddenly they're just like, no, it was a problem. But it's a different take on a shark movie. I mean, I'm enjoying it.
No, I love that they recognize the gun, and the fact that Samuel Jackson's like, tell me you just didn't see that.
It was so good.
Like, that, and the fact that they had to actually tell the audience, like, oh, sharks usually don't swim backwards. It's like, well, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I knew they couldn't sleep because they have to like keep moving and stuff, but which isn't actually true. But anyway.
Oh, I thought that they had to move to breathe.
They've discovered over the years that they have like dormancy. They can go through a dormancy. They don't have to constantly swim. They can sleep.
Okay, so these 35-foot, 3-ton sharks can swim in the stateroom.
Yeah.
Fucking 4 feet of water. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna get there. Fuck you.
Yeah. The kitchen handles them no problem.
He's like, he's not even up to his nipples. It's like, give me what is this thing? A fucking barracuda now? Give me a break.
Stupid.
So they bring the shark into the lab. And again, these are Jurassic Park vibes. We're on an island. The storm is moving in. The scientists are creating monsters that will inevitably eat everybody. I mean, this is fucking so obvious. Next, the shark in the flow pool. This is a good scene because not only does the shark in the flow pool look amazing, but they do a nice job of, like I said, adding some science to the science fiction. All the shark's vital signs are being monitored by computers. The water in the flow pool is circulating through the shark's gills. Carter is dumping buckets of water on top of it. Renny Harlin didn't have to add all that. Nobody would have asked any questions. It's been fine. Just, pull the shit out of the shark's head and let's move on. But, he's at least trying here.
That's the key word, trying. And again, it makes you wonder how much was him and how much was just the actors going, I gotta be doing something. I can't just be sitting here petting a shark. On it, I mean, we already got the weird scene of her in her office talking to Samuel Jackson with that big long needle in this model. Yeah. Like she's doing something important, like practicing putting it in and out. It's like, I didn't get that scene. Like, all right, we understand that's the procedure you will be doing for this. It was just to introduce it. But again, I think we've watched so many movies that the director's like, Kubrick, I mean, coming off The Shining, there's nothing on the screen that he didn't put his name on.
Right.
So it makes you wonder, someone like Renny Harlin, he's a good action director, but as far as character development, he's not winning any Oscars for these fucking movies. So it's like, how much is the characters, how much is the actors, how much is it like his thought process? So I mean, I don't care. I haven't cared yet. It's like I wasn't worried what was going on. I wasn't worried that the shark was going to suddenly wake up. It was great that it did and rip the arm off of the Skarsgård, which was always nice, But it's just like I didn't feel tense. I mean, it got the weird nightmare thing where it does the jump, which is again, you get a jump scare. It's a slasher thing.
Yeah,
and it's like it couldn't decide what it wanted to be. Does it want to be does it want to be an action? Does it want to be a horror? Does it want to be science fiction? I feel like it attempted all of them, but didn't succeed in any. And I hate that I have to say that about so many stupid movies, but it's true. I mean, again, it's a popcorn movie. I'm supposed to just shut my brain off and enjoy it. And if you could do that, that's great. But when we're suddenly trying to review it for a podcast, you got to look at these, and I want reasons for actions.
Yeah, Tony, the problem is this film has editing issues, as in it needed more, and it has pacing issues, and by cutting a lot of these scenes out, like that one specifically didn't need to be there. Could have made the movie 6-7 minutes shorter and a more enjoyable watch. So
Or at least just give us a reason why we have to be scared in that scene. We're just watching her like extract it. We don't think anything big is going to happen. So it does. It's supposed to be this big shocking thing. But they should have said, "Oh, I can't believe we don't have any other people around except for him because of the last two incidents." Well, what happened? Well, the tranquilizers weren't enough. We're on the edge of overdosing. We have to be careful. Like, just give us a throwaway line like that.
yeah.
It would give us a reason to be worried on the edge of our seats. But they didn't. We're just going through a scientific procedure that we have no worry about.
Yeah, give us the doomsday clock. This anesthesia only lasts for X amount of time, 7 minutes before we're
Click it down. Click it down.
Yes, exactly. So let's talk about the snatching of Dr. Whitlock's arm. I mean, I think this is important. This is my
easiest arm removal of any movie I've ever seen. This thing was made of cheese. It's like this thing, it just came right off. I rewound it 3 times. Like, it didn't even bite. It just sort of like sawed near it and it fell off.
This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, though. I'll tell you why. So this is probably one of the best scenes for 2 reasons. First, it's coming out of this great scene where Dr. McAllister, she can finally relax. So this whole movie, she's been tense. Oh, you're going to lose your grant. You're going to lose this. Your science doesn't work. So she finally relaxes. Her work is a success. And everybody in the room now is feeling great. And it worked. And then boom, instant horror. And I thought this looked really great. I did. I thought these images were really graphic, really gory, really bloody. We're using this slow motion cutting in and out. We're getting these really crystal clear foreground shots of the arm and the blood all over the floor, but in the back, slightly blurred out. You can see the shark thrashing in the fucking tank with, Carter trying to. I thought this was a banger scene. I thought it looked great, Tony. No?
I mean, it was a good scene. After like the snore. Hey, we got some action. Oh, the arm came off. All right. And dude, I'm a whore for good slow motion. And this did do it well. And I love the fact that like, everybody slides in this movie. Like Thomas Jane dove and he sliding to grab this, and he dove off of that, and someone else is sliding to like tourniquet, and then Samuel L. Jackson jumps in with the belt, and you get Skarsgård just rolling, shocked that this happened, and it's chaos that in reality probably was literally three Mississippi, but because of the slow motion, it lasted a good 5.5 minutes of showing how much insanity can happen because everybody put their guard down.
Yeah.
And that was the message of the whole scene. It's like, you can't put your guard down with these animals.
I love the fucking Michael Rappaport. Every time shit goes wrong, he's like, oh shit. He's like sucking his thumb, like with his head turned. He wants to offer no assistance to anybody. He's like, I still want to get.
I'm sitting right here, man.
I'm sitting right here. No doubt.
He was one of the few ones that got some character building, obviously he's a bit of a mensch, he's very smart. And, when Carter needs to focus him, he says, okay, how many pounds of water can this take on before, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, it will take 32,000 pounds, blah, blah. So like they at least gave him something
to work
that
with.
made him more than this cardboard character
I agree.
that a lot of the other characters was like Janice.
Oh, I hated Janice.
Jim, the one good thing Jim did was he pissed in the wind. So it's like,
It's like you have Skarsgård, and you're going to literally, that's all you gave him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's an actor. And
Yes, he is.
I mean, just for giving Ronnie Cox not a single line in that opening scene, I ding this movie an entire point. Right there. Just right off the bat. Fuck you. You're dumb.
It's diabolical.
It's diabolical. So next they come out of the silence of the elevator shaft into the raging storm. And it's a really nice contrast in scenes. I mean, it's almost funny. Like I wish they had some elevator music, like do 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 do. The door opens. It was fucking pretty funny. Then they give us the super wide shot from far away of the compound thrashing in the ocean. I thought it looked great. I thought this was really good. Whatever it was, CGI, whatever it was, it looked excellent to me.
So this was filmed on the Titanic tanks.
Oh,
So all this water is on tanks. Basically, it's not out in the ocean.
oh, that's cool.
So yeah, so I'm assuming they used wave machines and stuff like that to churn everything up.
Yeah,
like-
he did Cutthroat Island on the water in the ocean. He said he'll never film there again.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he hated the ocean. He's like, I'm doing Control. Even though things went wrong on this, I guess there was a few scenes where, like, in the tunnels when they're getting hit with water, there was one scene that a tank got released on all the actors and really pissed everybody off.
Oh no.
Because they weren't expecting it, but they got hit with like 3 tons of water.
Well, there was also a scene here in this same scene where they take him to the helicopter. When they're walking back to the elevator, all that water comes up and washes over and almost knocks them. They were not prepared for that. And they were, it was an accident. I guess everyone got banged up pretty good.
I heard that this shot was done in the wave pool at Waterwiz down the Cape where Grown Ups 2 was shot. And finally we get Dr. McAllister, poor Dr. McAllister, already in a super shitty situation, and it's about to get worse. And this is a nice touch, okay? So they've got him on oxygen, which is great. So when the shark takes him underwater and pins him to the fucking glass, he's still awake. Tony, he's still awake.
I mean, that whole scene, I didn't want to laugh at it because I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, that's terror. That's just, it's just a god awful, like, I'm strapped, I don't have an arm, I'm strapped to a gurney. I'm being, it's when you think about it, it's horrible. But seeing it, it's like, oh, come on now.
Yeah.
That's just, the shark's going to throw him through water. I'm like, no.
Dude,
no, I'm not buying it.
Dude, if Dr. McAllister was like on the Fast Five, he'd be like, what's my other choice?
Yeah.
It's okay. McAllister is her. Her name is McAllister. That's not him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I knew where you were going with that, but yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm so anytime I refer to Dr. McAllister, I'm talking about the guy that got his arm ripped off.
Just call him Jim. Just call him Jim, honey.
Well, I don't have to call him anything because he's dead.
Well, true.
So, when I'm doing my notes, sometimes I'll bring up the little box like actors in Deep Blue Sea, and it's tiny, and I've got my shitty fucking vision, and I can't see it. And finally, the last thing on this section I want to talk about, we get this nuclear explosion from the chopper crashing into the compound. Like, dude, it's ridiculous. It's like a fucking Scud missile hits this thing. And
With the strongest tow cable ever.
ever.
Literally, it seems like through butter.
Cutting
through the steel girders and
cutting
everything.
through tempered steel like hot butter on a fucking Sunday morning. It's a joke. And this movie now, though, I want to really, because this really hit me. I was like, wow, this movie shifts towards a genre of movies that I love. And I'll give you a couple of examples. First, 1972, Poseidon Adventure. It's a cruise ship that tips upside down, and the cast have to basically make their way through an upside down cruise ship to escape from the stern through like the propellers or some shit. It's a fucking great movie. And this is the exact same thing. The second one, 1972, The Towering Inferno. So I love this formula of a bickering, shrinking group of survivors making their way through a maze of challenges where the strong survive and the weak just die off. And, sometimes the strong just have to let them go. Like you just don't have what it takes to escape this fucking crisis. I love this genre of movie, and that's what we get here. And unfortunately, this isn't nearly as good as a movie that was shot in 1972. Poseidon Adventure, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a really good movie. Tony, have you seen it?
Fucking classic. It seemed to be, it was like The Wizard of Oz. It was always on once a year. It was always like the Friday night movie on ABC. And I'm like, I gotta make sure I get to watch the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah.
That, The Towering Inferno,
Yeah.
Airport 75,
Yes.
all the old disaster movies, Earthquake. They were all awesome.
Yeah.
And you're right, all the same formula. Just we started with this, and either Steve McQueen or Gene Hackman or the action star of the day was the leader.
Yep.
I don't want to be the leader, but he turns into the leader.
Daylight, Sylvester Stallone. I mean, I've seen this done a million times, but this one really it rang Poseidon Adventure to me. Like that's what this one felt like to me.
But again, Thomas Jane, who I usually love. I mean, fucking Punisher, you have The Mist.
Yep.
He's had some great roles. This was not a strong performance. He just wasn't good enough to carry this movie. And I feel that's why everyone's like, all right, Samuel Jackson's going to carry it. No, he's not.
He's not. Yeah, no. Dude, Tony, it felt like this really felt like a paycheck to me for
Oh
everybody.
yeah, it was the Michael Caine Jaws 4.
Yeah, there was no real passion put into these characters. Everybody knew what they were part of, except for Michael Rappaport. Like, I don't know where this was in his career, if he had done Cop Town yet, or how big he was this time, but he was definitely trying to impress.
Yeah, I feel like every time he's in a movie, I'm always like, "Hey, Michael Rappaport's in this," and I love him in it.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's got like 6 lines in True Romance, steals every scene he's in.
Yeah.
He's got fucking Floyd. That's all he's got. It's like he's just hysterical because it always comes back to the fucking cat. We've all seen the clip. Ma, the fucking cat's back. It's like it's great.
He's a real person. He just comes across as a real person. His acting is very genuine. And finally, I don't want to leave this out because this goes back to the pacing problems this movie has and the editing problems and some of the choices that the director is making. So this scene of the shark hunting LL Cool J in just 4 feet of water in the kitchen, it made the shark look small, and the concept and the execution felt beneath this movie. This was like ridiculous Saturday morning bullshit. The laughs here we get, not worth it. It's fun, but it's goofy. It's totally out of place. And when the sharks are in the open water, they're fucking enormous. And now they're swimming in staterooms and kitchens and chest high water. It doesn't make any sense, and it does not work here.
Yeah, the fact, like I said, the thing that bugged me is like, all right, we had an oven turn on, and he hacks through a surface of an oven.
With a hatchet.
I've worked with a pizza oven before. They're not that thin. You can't get. This isn't Kill Bill with like the inch punch. He needs a good swing to get through that steel and pull himself through. Again, if I want to shut my brain off, I can appreciate it. But again, don't put him somewhere else.
Tony, you're not getting to the bottom of that oven with a welding torch, okay? It's just not happening.
It's like, I know that the irony of a chef dying in his oven is a cute little quip, but it's like, put him somewhere else where the escape and the situation work. I can't suspend all the disbelief all the time.
It was almost like they were trying too hard to be clever.
Yes. It wasn't worth the laughs. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the laughs we got. It made the sharks suck, and it just dragged this movie, already long, poorly paced movie, out. Just cut that completely out of the movie. In fact, like I said, we're going to get to the end of the movie. Like, LL Cool J, everything that Renny Harlin gives him to do ruins this movie. It's not LL Cool J's fault. He didn't write the movie. He didn't write the end. He didn't write these lines. He didn't write these stupid concepts. He just
You mean you didn't like the Rising Water prayer circle?
No, and I didn't like all the heavy-handed religion he was offering up in this. I've got a gigantic tattoo of Jesus on one side of my neck and a gigantic tattoo of Mary on the other side of my neck. And you know what I was saying? Jesus Christ with all of this. Get it out of here. Dylan, keep going.
The group decides to get to the small submersible and go up in pairs to escape to the surface, but when they reach it, the sub has been damaged and is unusable. They put on wetsuits to stave off hypothermia, and when they start to argue about whether they can make the swim, Russell launches into a monologue intended to get them to rally, but a shark pops out of the submersible pool and eats them. On the first level, the cook named Preacher is still alive and trying to reach anyone else. His level begins to flood, and a shark comes after him. After the shark eats his bird, Preacher hides in an oven and kills one of the sharks by causing an explosion from the running gas. Meanwhile, the remaining crew opts to climb up an elevator shaft at the risk of destabilizing the pool. As they climb, explosive tremors cause the ladder to break, and Janice loses her grip and falls into water into the mouth of a shark, despite Carter's attempt to save her. I remember the first time I saw the part with Samuel L. getting eaten, and it was a shock, and it was a great moment and a great surprise, and I think this is my favorite part of the movie, because you expect Samuel L. Jackson to be the hero of this movie, and as Tony said, he is not. And it's been done before, like most notably to me, with Drew Barrymore in Scream. You expected her to be a huge part of this movie, and she gets killed in the first, 5-10 minutes. But yeah, I also have this thought in my mind where them climbing up that shaft with the fire above them and the water below them, all I could think of was Alien Resurrection. Like, there's a scene like that in that movie, and obviously that came later, but I don't know if it was supposed to be a nod to this movie or what, but I kept thinking of that and not thinking about this movie, which is weird.
That was happening a lot to me while watching this movie. But it's funny because it kind of worked for the movie because I like all these other movies. So I was like, it kind of was like, okay, like there's kind of a shitty version of another movie that I like. So this is where Samuel L. Jackson, he earns his paycheck here. This is what he's here for. And this is where he's going to actually act for us.
Act.
He's, well, you know,
Quote unquote.
yeah. So, well, this is where he's gonna give us his Samuel L. The whole avalanche speak. It's good. It's epic. It ends with the jolting jump scare of a kill. But this is the first time when I'm watching somebody get killed by a shark, it looks like an actual dummy. Like this just looks like a crash dummy. So I don't know what happened. If they is it CGI? Is it a real dummy? A lot of the kills look good. And I had fun with it. It was a fun kill. I liked watching the shark grab him like that and whip him around. But all I could think was, it's like a rubber doll.
Yeah, I think that one was CGI.
Yeah, it was totally CGI.
Holy shit.
The timing of it's just amazing. I mean, mid-sentence, full close-up of his face, you don't see it coming.
No.
And the fact is, you don't even see the shark until there's just this blur behind him that he's gone out of frame. Then they do the big shot with everything sitting there. I'm like, oh, I remember seeing the movie and literally the entire audience laughing.
Oh yeah.
About how, not in the laughing at it, but how fucking great it was.
Laughing with it.
No one sees that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So good.
And Michael Rappaport after that kill is just, classic. He's shut down.
Game over, man.
It's shut down. But, I love the scene with him and Carter, where Carter starts asking questions about, what's going to happen. And he's going to get crushed in millions of water. He's like, you want that? He's like, fuck no. Let's get the fuck out of here. That's some feel good Michael Rappaport right there. Next, Dylan, you were talking about this, the elevator shaft with the water below with the shark and the fire above. It's a good visual, and that's the charm of this movie. It's all about what it looks like. It's all the great shots that, Renny Harlin gives us. It's eye candy, but unfortunately, I don't know. That's pretty much kind of what it is. Janice gets it. Again, really interesting shot. I mean, the shark's going to take her between the legs. It's interesting.
Takes her by the cooter.
It takes her by the cooter. It's a cooter killing. Cooter killing. I was fine with it though. I didn't really care for the character, Tony.
Yeah, she's pretty much the Lambert character in this alien drama that we have. She's the screaming one. She's the freaking out one. She's the short-haired one. Let her go. Yeah. All right, we're done.
See you later.
Whittle down the cast.
Susan, Carter, and Tom are still reeling from watching Janice die when they hear loud banging above them, assuming it's a shark. But to their relief, it's Preacher who helps them up to level 1 and away from the shark circling in the rising water below them. Carter and Tom go to the flooded laboratory to activate a control panel that would drain a stairway to the surface, while Susan heads to her room to collect her research material. Carter and Tom reach the control panel, but the largest shark storms in, killing and ripping Tom apart and sabotaging the controls. In the other room, Susan encounters another shark and electrocutes it with a power cable, destroying her research in the process. So one thing that I do think they got right with this movie, like Tony said earlier, is the jump scares. The fake shark coming up behind Susan's a nice touch, especially with the real one right behind her. Yeah. So LL Cool J was supposed to die relatively early in the movie, like almost right away. But so he was doing a good job. So Renny Harlin kept writing more for him. And maybe, what you were saying, it actually hurt it in the long run because he was writing on the fly for this character. But that's why they kept him. He was not complaining about the long hours in the water. He was doing a good job with everything they asked him to do. So they kept rewriting the movie to keep him alive for longer.
I thought he was okay, but so that's my first note. This is where LL Cool J joins the group, right? So we really only got the one little scene with him in the beginning, and then he sort of disappeared. So he shows up here. I was worried for a second that this would start feeling like the dramedy. We were going to get Butters, and this was going to really just spin out of control. But surprisingly, LL Cool J went the other way with it. He became stoic. He was the stoic one. Again, with all the religious quips and stuff, which was, it was over the top, but it was Michael Rappaport that took on the job of the comedy, the comedy relief here, which I was surprised. I was sure it was going to be fucking LL, but it wasn't. I thought it was a really good move. I thought that it made this bearable. I thought LL Cool J's acting chops were It's okay. I mean, it was fine. He was, doing most of his scenes with Michael Rappaport, who I think is an amazing actor. And I didn't see it drop off a cliff. I wasn't like, oh, this looks like a rapper doing fucking a movie with a really great actor. It was fine. And right here, LL Cool J, he is going to give us some sage advice. And I don't want it to get glossed over. Never, ever use milk in your scrambled eggs for fluffiness. You use water. Dylan, I'm going to defer to you. Tell them why you use water.
You use water because the whole point is that it's creating steam and it creates air inside your egg.
Yes.
So it makes it nice and fluffy.
When we moved over from milk to water in our eggs, breakfast became a lot more pleasant.
That's what we took out of this movie. All right.
That's the takeaway.
That's what we got.
So this was a moment of levity from him, which actually I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah. No, okay. So out of all of his scenes, I thought that was the best because it really humanized the character. He's talking to people about something that he loves, cooking. I mean, Tony, did it work at all for you? Or are you just hating this stuff?
I mean, it was all right. Again, it was just, I watch shark movies for the sharks, not for the characters. Unless the characters are really, really good. Give me Quint, I'm all on board. I'll watch Quint all day. Give me Michael Rappaport trying to figure out a way to outsmart, genetically sharks. I'm on board. I liked his reaction to everything. He's the everyman. He's panicked. He's freaked out. He's losing his mind, but he has the job to get done. He's not trying to play macho like Thomas Jane. He's not trying to play smart like the Doctor. He's not being macho like Samuel Jackson. He's allowing himself to lose his fucking mind, and then calm himself down enough. Like, all right, I got to get out of here because I'm not dying with these fucking people. Let's get through it. So that's why I like him. And LL Cool J, like you said, he didn't. It was perfect way to put it. The acting didn't drop. The scene didn't drop off because he opened his mouth. No. He just had crap to work with. Yeah. All his lines were rooted in some sort of. Even though, all right, preacher, what? Because he's black. Like, all right, I'll go with it. Whatever. It just the over religious always turns me off. Yeah. Anyway, in a character, because they're always going to try to they're going to write it that way.
Yeah.
And I felt like that one scene, you're right. That was the one scene where he overcame the writing.
Yep. Yes.
And I felt because you could literally see his demeanor change once he started talking about food.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why you're right. It humanized him, made him comfortable, got him recentered him as a character.
Yes. Yeah.
As opposed to an actor who's delivering forced lines.
Yeah.
I felt like it was him giving that line as opposed to reciting the script.
And nobody talks like that with all these, like this, like life isn't a sermon. So it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So we get another kill here. Tom gets it. And just like with Franklin, this looks like a fucking dummy. Like it's crazy how much this thing looks like a dummy, but in a good way. I laughed with it. I liked it. It looked scary, but funny. And I love this little leg twitch we get is the leg.
Foot. Yeah.
It's great. It's a lot. Listen, if you're not having fun with this, then you just don't like these kind of movies, I thought all the shark kills worked. I thought that Samuel L. Jackson's and Franklin's and Tom's stood out as looking a bit like a dummy, but I thought they were also maybe the two best kills in the movie. So,
well, it's because the way they were shot. It's like the Samuel Jackson was done for shock value. This one was done. You got to see it swimming in.
Yes.
At him so fast you almost can't register it until it's already on him, and that's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, and the fact that the sounds of it are so sharp underwater, you can hear the bones and the skin tearing. Like they did. Yes. The audio of this movie was really good. Yeah. I really dug that part of it. The one thing that always bothers me in any kind of, even going back to the Poseidon Adventure, because I remember doing it as a kid, and I don't know if I'm sure everyone does at some point in their life. When characters go into water, if I've seen the movie before, I'm holding my breath. How long would I have made it in this movie? These are fucking superheroes because there's no way they're holding their breath.
I couldn't believe how long it was. It was so long, and I'm going, they're still holding their breath. Like, at least give them a little rebreather or something,
So, fun fact, I was doing breathing exercises. Like, I was really into it. I mean, a lot of meditating, deep meditating. Breathing. I can hold my breath when I'm in form for 3 minutes.
Wow.
3 minutes. Lynn, you've seen it, right? Stopwatch.
I have seen it, but I also want to tell everybody about the time that you gave yourself 2 black eyes by breathing.
Yeah. So part of this breathing thing is I go for these walks and I would do this deep breathing, deep breathing, deep breathing. So I come home and I'll send you a picture if you want, Tony. So I came home, I came up the
Fuck
top
yeah.
of our stairs. I sat on the edge of my steps and I was just kind of like, working down. I stood up and I fainted and I smashed my face off the railing of our fucking condo. I broke my nose. Rocky Balboa black eyes for like 3 weeks. I woke up on my back, blood everywhere. Yeah. So there you
It was
go.
all over the side of the building. It was all over our stairs. It was everywhere. It looked like somebody got shot. It was ridiculous. And he sends me, I think I was at work, and he sends me a message and he's like, don't freak out when you come home, but
I fucking fainted.
fainted by breathing.
Okay. So here, finally Susan is going to choose human life over her work, right? Dr. Susan. This is where she's
Her own life.
But that's the problem. Unfortunately, it's her own life after endangering everyone else to protect her work. So now she's like, nah, fuck it. Fucking let him go crazy. Alzheimer's ain't shit. I'm fucking out of here. Her character now,
It was also an excuse to get her in her underwear.
I was okay with that. No Bush in this. Mistake. Ding a half a point for that. But her character, it's now in question. I mean, Tony, she's a selfish bitch, right?
Oh God, yeah, I hated her. That's what I said. There's no one likable in this movie.
Yeah.
Either they're acting selfishly or she was just angry the whole movie. And then when she's finally not angry, I've stopped caring. Like I don't care. Sacrifice yourself. Good. Let's just move it along.
As you should.
Except Michael Rappaport. So
only thing about this movie.
This movie should have been called Except for Michael Rappaport. So before heading into the final act, there were definitely some pacing issues in this movie. It could have been edited down, probably for me anyway. 20 minutes would have been enough. Easy, right? Or even a little more. Some of the scenes that failed for me, the 2 shark encounters indoors for the most part. Him hunting LL Cool J in the kitchen and through the hallways, terrible. And then this final showdown with Susan when she electrocutes the shark in literally less than 4 feet of water in her state. It's fucking terrible. These need to be edited out of this movie. Tony, did you have trouble with the pacing of the movie? Did you find yourself bored?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like every corridor scene looked like the one before it, and I couldn't tell the difference between 1, 2, 4. It didn't matter. They're running up downstairs. They're running downstairs, and they're going, oh, we got to climb a ladder. Great, we're going back up, and now we're running back downstairs. Like I got lost. I didn't care where I was because I was just trying to let's just get to the park because I know we're going to get to the surface. Let's just get to the surface.
Yeah. Because
there wasn't anything there was no landmark scene that made me go, I can't wait to get to this scene. I can't wait to get to this scene. Can't wait to get to the scene. Once Samuel L. Jackson's done and Michael Rappaport's gone, yeah.
And that's a perfect, what you're saying is perfect because they didn't make this like the Nakanomi Tower where you've got like the naked lady, you know where he is. Okay, he's in this part of the building now. You've got the rainforest. Okay, he's in this part of the building. This Aquatica should have had fucking so many landmarks where we know exactly where they are and what they're doing. And it's indescript. You don't know where they are.
Or just make 3 towers. We're in Tower 1, Tower 2, or Tower 3.
Very easy. There you go. Easy. Simple solution. But no, we don't get any of that. All right, Dylan, take us into the final act and wrap this thing up.
All right. After regrouping, Carter, Susan, and Preacher go to a decompression chamber and swim to the surface since the station is structurally unstable and they will die down there before anyone comes to rescue them. Reaching the surface, Preacher gets grabbed by the last remaining shark. He stabs it in the eye with his crucifix and escapes with Carter pulling him to safety before Susan patches him up. Carter is watching the shark and realizes that the shark was even smarter than they realized. It was a calculated attack to force the humans to flood the facility in order to bring down the fences. Susan and Carter finally agree on something, that they have to kill the last shark before it escapes into the open ocean. Carter prepares a harpoon with an explosive charge inside, rigged to a battery that will send a current and trigger the powder in the charge. In an effort to distract the shark from escaping to the open ocean, Susan cuts herself and dives into the water. Although she manages to distract the shark, she's unable to get out of the water and is devoured despite Carter's effort to save her. Thank God. And while Carter is grabbing hold of the shark's dorsal fin, Preacher shoots the shark with the harpoon and also pierces Carter's thigh. As the shark breaks through the fence, Carter orders Preacher to connect the trailing wire to a battery, sending an electric current through the wire and to the charge. The shark is killed in a big explosion of red water. In the end, Carter reveals that he has managed to free himself in time and joins Preacher to see the workers' boat arriving for their usual shift, but coming to their rescue instead. So the initial ending had Susan and Carter living and Preacher dying. And it tested so poorly because essentially Susan had become the villain to everybody because she is the villain. Audiences hated that she lived and everybody else died. So they quickly drew up a new ending and brought the actors back and got back in the water and redid that whole thing. And honestly, it was a great decision because Susan's an asshole. And if she had lived, I would have thrown this movie into the water with the big shark.
All right.
It wasn't that great of an ending for her. You could tell it's tacked on because
Yeah.
it's literally just a blur and she's gone.
Yeah.
It should have been a huge, like it should have ripped her apart.
Oh, totally should have ripped her to fucking pieces. It should have been the fucking the grand fucking finale kill.
See, I mean, that's what I feel they missed out on. Is it the shark that killed her should have been the one that was being worked on, and it should have remembered her.
Yes.
They should have said something where like it recognized the gun, it recognized her. They have to make sure they really put it out before it sees her because they are aggressive towards her. She should have been in a scuba mask at one point with it.
Yeah.
You know, they should have set that literally 5 extra minutes would have set up the history between the sharks and her to
Right.
give this personal vendetta that a shark would legitimately have against her. So it would be even more vicious.
But much like the movie, the sharks devolved. They got stupider as the movie went on, which is a problem. They should have got smarter. So let's talk about the ending. This is it. It's just going to be one rant like it is every week when we get to the end of these things. So let's talk about the final act. First, let's talk about the good. Susan dies, and there's no lame, obvious Carter and Susan fall in love and live happily ever after ending. That I didn't remember the end of the movie. I was like, wow, they killed Susan. That's great. Now the bad, okay? First, that fucking fence at the gate was sticking literally 6 inches out of the water. And this hyper intelligent shark, that's the smartest thing in the whole world, is trying to chew through it when he can literally see over the top of it with his fucking little black eyeballs. Okay?
Yeah, especially because at the beginning of the movie, Carter tells Rappaport to put more fencing at the top because he thinks that's how it got out.
8 feet. It's 6 feet out of the water now. I could have bunny hopped out on my fucking BMX bike. It was nothing. This shark can swim 90 miles an hour and is hyper fucking intelligent, but it's fucking chewing through the fucking fence like a puppy. Give me a break. Next, the super shark, the super powerful shark, grabs LL Cool J by the upper thigh with his gigantic razor sharp killer teeth and drags him around in the open ocean like a fucking rag doll. Okay? This man would have bled out and died from shock in seconds. Yep. He would have lived maybe 2 minutes. That would have been it. Every
Especially
artery.
their easy cheese arm came off. It should have been shot. Should have sawed right through him.
Right, they're doing butter. That guy is shredded to pieces. Even if they pull him out of the ocean, he's fucking now whiter than fucking Michael Rappaport because there's no blood left in his body, and he fucking bleeds out in 10 seconds. But nope. Susan stabilizes him with a dirty flannel shirt and a fucking hug. Okay? Give me a fucking break. And finally, LL's miraculous recovery at the end of the movie. He looks fresh as a daisy. He's laying on the fucking deck with Carter. He's not even breathing heavy. He's like, God damn, man. That was a thing, wasn't it? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This man's leg would be fucking hamburger. Tony, what do you think of the end of the movie?
I can't. You've summed it all up perfectly. Screaming. The fact that LL Cool, there's nothing right about it. There really is nothing. Even her dying, it's just it was the boat. Oh, look, the boat's here. Perfect timing as always. Like, fuck you.
Oh,
I
God.
Stop hearing. It's like, all right. The one thing I'll give it, the explosion of the shark was, I gotta say, is better than Jaws. Yeah. That thing exploded in dark red and with miles of fucking red.
Hunks of shit falling. Dude, all I was waiting for was like for them to get on the party yacht with all the other ones and like see LO like slipping some beers back like on the way to fucking, urgent care.
It's terrible.
I don't know. After the fucking, fuck that. Okay, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed our discussion of Deep Blue Sea. Tony, you are going to pick the next movie. You'll let us know what that is, so you can all be sure it's going to be something disturbing.
No, I think I think this one pissed me off so much. I'm gonna go with a good underwater movie.
Oh, I'm
Deep Rising.
Deep Rising. Oh, I love it. It's been a long
Everybody
time.
loves Deep Rising. If you don't love Deep Rising, you don't like monster movies.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome pick. All right, so there you go. A little spoiler alert. We're going to be doing Deep Rising next time. All right, let's head over to the recasting couch. We'll give us some alternate endings. We'll score it, and we will get out of here in record time, minute 12. I mean, an hour 12. Must be
Minute 12.
minute 12.
Should have been.
Yeah, so I put a caramel edible in my Cafex. Cafex, if you're trying to get off coffee, go to Cafex. So I have my Cafex with a caramel edible and a scoop of chocolate weed butter ice cream in it. Very nice. It's very nice.
Nice.
Okay, so I would replace Saffron Burrows with one Nicole Kidman because why not? They're fucking both British or English. They're both English muffins.
Okay.
And I could
Isn't
have
Nicole Kidman Australian?
sure.
Yeah.
And I could have got rid of LL Cool J, like I said earlier in the podcast, and replaced him with one Steven Seagal. He could have helped kick some ass. Tony, do you have any replacements?
I did because if we're gonna go with a rapper in this role, I'm going Ice Cube, man. Let's bring some attitude, get some angry. And
Okay.
He'd be pissed
I like
off. He'd be pissed off that someone fucked his kitchen up. So I want to see like, and not just the fry, like, damn, he ate my bird.
No.
I want to see like the NWA
Ice
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube is surprisingly a very good actor.
I dig him.
He is
I
a-
really do.
yeah.
Even his comedy is
Yeah.
fucking hysterical because
Yep.
he gets it.
But I've seen him in drama roles as well, and he is very good. He's very
I mean,
good.
Boys in the Hood. It,
Yeah.
it says it all right there.
Yep.
Anyway,
Good.
So I also recast Saffron Burrows, and I recast her with the woman of the 90s, Gillian Anderson.
And tell everybody where we know Jillian from.
She's from X-Files. You might have seen her in American Gods, stuff like that.
She is Scully.
She's Scully.
There
Yeah.
you go, everybody.
And she was so hot in the 90s. Like, that was the moment for her. So
As if we'd end the movie like that. Sure.
Let's do the Scooby-Doo ending.
Good call.
Alternate endings. I'm going to give you my alternate ending. I went cheesy again this week, but I thought it really lent itself to some cheese. So here's my popcorn ending. Everyone dies but Carter. After Carter kills the last shark with a rifle, an aged Hooper pops up out of the water. Carter laughs and says, "What day is this?" Hooper replies, "It's Wednesday." No, it's Tuesday, I think. Then Carter says, "I think the tide is with us." Hooper replies, "Keep kicking, son." Then Carter says, "I used to hate the water." And Hooper says, "I can't imagine why," as they paddle off into the sunrise, holding on to two yellow barrels tied to a piece of wood.
it's so stupid.
I know. It's terrible.
There you
Oh. Come on, a little fucking homage to Jaws, to the great legendary Jaws. I just gave you the last scene from Jaws. How can that suck?
go. There you go.
To win.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. In my alternate ending, where the shark goes through the fence at the end, the charge comes loose, and when it explodes, the shark has already gotten away. The shark then hunts down all the remaining members of the McAllister family until it meets Kevin McAllister, who puts the shark through a series of booby traps, slips and fall gags, and finally puts an end to the shark with a blowtorch to the head.
That is actually Deep Blue Sea 2, if you haven't seen it. So we both went with a popcorn ending this week. A bunch of goofiness. Nicely done, babe. Tony, did you hear her alternate ending for Vacation last
I did
week?
not.
Dylan, please tell Tony your ending for Vacation because it was so good.
So in my alternate ending, he gets shot at the end of the movie by a police officer. They take him into custody. Then his wife feels comfortable telling them that he's basically been trying to kill them through this entire vacation. And they put him in a mental institution, and he vividly dreams about another vacation to Europe and another vacation to Las Vegas.
That's
and then a
awesome.
Christmas vacation.
And she's bringing him, and she brings him fruit pie.
And she brings him fruitcakes.
Fruitcakes. Yeah.
That's great.
I thought that was great. Okay, let's score this thing.
Wait, I didn't get my ending.
Oh, you never do one.
I know, but this one I had to.
Oh, okay. So,
Yes!
John, a little
It sucks
bonus.
so bad. I have to give something.
Holy
Bonus
shit,
round,
okay.
bonus round.
Bonus round.
So basically, after the movie ends, Thomas Jane gets back on the boat. They bring him back. He's in front of the panel of the board, testifying. This is what happened. This is what she did. This is that. And the board's about to go down. And like the newspaper, get the spinning newspapers, bankruptcy, blah, blah, blah. And then Dick Jones stands up. He's like, I have another plan. And he brings him into this room, and there's this prototype standing there. And it's big OCP in the background. And I want to introduce you to the RoboCop. The T-41.
RoboShark. RoboShark.
Yeah. So he's basically, it ties right into RoboCop.
Oh, I love it.
That's awesome.
Patrolling the harbors, the RoboShark.
No shark.
RoboShark. Okay.
That was perfect.
That was good. Okay, let's score this thing, do our rewatch scores. I'll get us started. This is a classic popcorn movie, nothing more. Easy to digest, visually good overall. It's a good time. It's got some huge pacing issues and a ridiculous ending. So for those reasons, I'm going to give it, I had 2.76 written down, but I think I got to come down a little bit off that. I'm going to go 2.69. It's just slightly better than average. If not just average. Tony.
You're generous. I got a movie that I was struggling to get through. While I love sharks and I love shark movies, and these were really, really portrayed well. They looked good. They moved well. The blood was really good. Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Rappaport were the only two I gave a shit about. Pacing was terrible. A lot of editing problems. I can't give it anything. I'm going to give it like a 1.9.
Okay, Dylan, I got to change my score. He's right. I got to change my score. He's right. No, I got to change my score.
Since when do we allow that? Since when do we allow that?
Listen. This is my podcast. I'm changing my score. It's only I can do it.
So 1.9 from Tony. And what are you giving it now?
I'm going to go 2.35. It's a little below average. It's a little below average. He's right. He's absolutely right. Dylan, go ahead.
I very much concur with you guys. It's there's a lot of problems. Did I enjoy watching it? Sure, it's fucking stupid fun. Do I hate it? No. Did I love it? No. It's kind of in the middle for me. I'm gonna give it a 2.12.
Okay, so I came in the highest at a 2.35. It was the pacing. I did find myself bored through a lot of the movie.
It didn't pass my phone test.
Mine neither. Okay, so there you go. Dylan, will you add up those scores and tell us where it lands on the Hey, Did You Ever See That Movie charts?
It is at number 95.
Oh, shit.
Sorry,
the
Tracey.
bottom of the ocean.
Sorry, Tracey.
Sorry, Trace.
Tracey asks us to do this movie and we give it a terrible
trash
score.
It. It's a 95. Holy
yeah, the score came out to 2.12333 repeating. It's at number 95. Right above it is The Hitcher, and right below it is Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle crushes this movie. Wait, hold on a second. This is a fucking problem. Are you telling me Iron Eagle is at number fucking 96?
Yes, it got a 2.1. Go back and listen to the fucking podcast, kid.
Wow. Doug Masters, Chappie. That's a problem.
Sorry. It wasn't good.
Tony, did you ever see it, Iron Eagle?
Years ago. I watched it like once. I was like, not my thing.
Okay.
Not my thing.
Okay, so like I said, next week or in 2 weeks we'll be doing 7 with Mikki and Tony 2.0. Then we'll be back to do Deep Rising with Tony regular original flavor on our
regular
flavor on our sister podcast, Violent Vinyl Radio. We will be breaking down Skid Row's "Slave to the Grind" this week with the greatest vocal ever recorded by a hair metal singer. Wasted time. So there you go. Till next time, I just have one question for you. Hey, did you ever see that movie? See you next time.